Hi, my name is Christy Rowe.
Hi, and I'm Matt Mallon, and together Christy and I are your account team here at Blackbaud.
We currently serve over 60 Girl Scout councils here at Blackbaud between Matt and myself, and we serve them in a variety of ways with technology, including fundraising, accounting, and their online presence. But today we want to talk to you a little bit about Razor's Edge NXT. Some of you may have already heard about Razor's Edge NXT, and we're almost certain that you've probably received an email from our marketing team about the solution as well.
We tend to send a lot of those. But we were actually meeting with one of the larger councils in the Northeast last year, and to help them understand how Razor's Edge NXT can be really utilized by their fundraising development to help grow their major giving and their mid-tier donor programs, we conducted a brief little role play. And so we thought it would be helpful for us to kind of do that again here in a more clinical setting here at Blackbaud headquarters, and kind of share with you some thoughts about how Razor's Edge NXT can be put to use by your organization. So what's the setting here?
So the setting for this role play is Monday morning after a big special event fundraiser. We are going to be role playing in the office in the morning. I'll be the seasoned development director.
And I'll be the reasonably new executive director. And so without further ado, here we go. And Christy, that was a fantastic event this weekend. You and your team did a wonderful job in pulling off the Walk for Kids.
Well, thanks, Matt. We had a great time, and it's so great to see so many supporters out there supporting our cause and mission.
You know, I had a great time too. There was one supporter who I met. He was really interested in what the house did and how we were funded and kind of how our programs are delivered. His name was Chris Bartnick. Does that name ring a bell at all to you?
You know, it doesn't. I have to admit, sometimes it's a little hard for me to understand who I should be talking to at these events. We're so grateful to have so many supporters, but with my limited time, I'm just not really sure who I need to be speaking with and introducing myself to.
Well, Chris really struck me as someone, based on his questions, and he seemed really well put together and intelligent. And he drove off from the event in a brand new Mercedes, so I think he probably has some assets. So maybe we want to think about engaging Chris for our next capital campaign, or at a very minimum in our major gifts program. So I'll tell you what. Could you pull together some information about Chris for me? I think I'd like to see a list of the gifts that he's given historically, any significant interactions that we've had with him for the past couple of years. And then this might be a little bit more time consuming, but I think it would be super helpful for me, is I want to understand a little bit more about his giving capacity, so that if we do approach Chris, we want to ensure that we are targeting him with the right kind of ask. So I know this is going to take you a while, but if you could get this to me by, I don't know, maybe next Friday or so, that'd be wonderful. It'll give me some time to look at it, and then I can set up a phone meeting with Chris and maybe take him to lunch or breakfast or something.
Mm-hmm. Sure. Well, I actually have a couple of minutes now if you'd like for me to send the information over.
So how would you do that in a couple of minutes?
Well, I actually have it all in the solution that I'm using, and I can text it to you.
Is this that Razor's Edge NXT thing?
It is.
We bought that at the end of last year, right?
It is. It's the Razor's Edge NXT. I can text you the information.
Yeah, well, let me grab my iPad and let's take a look.
Okay. Okay, Matt, I'll text you the information now.
Okay, cool. So I got my iPad out. All right, there's your text. Let's go ahead and follow the link there. So this is Razor's Edge NXT. I don't think I've ever used this before.
It is.
I typically don't go into the development database myself after I am the executive director. That's what I have you guys for.
Absolutely. So this is the Razor's Edge NXT. We purchased this from Blackbaud. It's our constituent relationship management tool.
Yeah, that's Chris. That's the guy I met. All right, so what can I learn here about Chris?
So this is Chris's constituent profile, and obviously you can see this is Chris because of his picture that we're able to tag to every constituent record. If you scroll down, you'll start to see more information about Chris and how he has been supporting us over the years.
So I see over here on the left in the constituent summary area, there's a couple of blue fields. Are those live hyperlinks in there?
They are live hyperlinks, and this is Chris's information that's appended every year so that we know that we have the right address information, phone numbers, and emails to contact him.
So I can go figure out where his house is, maybe even take a little street view and have a look at it. That's pretty interesting. Okay, well, let's go back to Chris's record here. And then over here on the right, I see giving. So what am I seeing in here?
Yeah, so this is a snapshot of Chris's giving history. It shows his giving to us over time. Really a nice summary of the gifts that he's been giving us, as well as lifetime giving, how many years he's been giving to us, maybe his latest gift, and his largest gift to us.
So Chris is pretty new, only 2 years, $350. So what are these little dots down here in the timeline? What's all this stuff?
So this is an active timeline for us to keep track of trends when it comes to Chris's support. So we are able to see any actions we've taken with Chris, any appeals that we've included Chris in, anytime he's been giving to us, and also different events that he's attended.
Huh. Well, I remember at the end of last year, you were telling me that part of this, there were some analytics that were going to help us grow some of our programs. Tell me some more about that. Where do I see that at?
Sure. So keep scrolling down and you'll see a ratings tile. Blackbot has a very intuitive analytics division that is able to take public information and provide wealth ratings based on this public information for every constituent record within our database.
Huh.
Not only that, but it actually gives us suggested ask amounts for our constituents, and this is all again based on public information that we have from the analytics division, and it's also based on the ways that constituents, and in this case Chris, has been giving to other charitable organizations in the past, as well as our organization.
Huh. So it's telling me that it's providing both a minimum and a maximum suggested next ask amount for Chris. And so you're telling me that's based on both his gift history to us as well as his assets, and then what his gift history is to other organizations as well.
Exactly.
Well, that's pretty cool. Anything else on the analytics side?
So if you actually scroll down even further, you'll see a prospect management tool. So this takes those analytics even a step further when it comes to detail. And this actually gives us an idea of where those estimated assets are coming from, as well as contributions that Chris has been making to other charitable organizations.
Huh. So let's take a look at that. So if I go in here, so we can see Chris has been given to Shriners Hospital, Big Brothers Big Sisters, American Cancer Society. Wow, $5,000 and $10,000 gifts, and he's only given us $250. Well, it certainly seems like he has some additional giving capacity. That's pretty exciting. Let's go ahead and get him added to our major gift spreadsheet, and let's get him in the pipeline for a major gift ask.
Matt, we do not use spreadsheets anymore.
Oh, no spreadsheets?
We do not. We have a way to manage proposals in Razor's Edge NXT. So scroll down further and you'll see a proposals tab.
Huh, okay.
Where you can easily add a proposal.
So let's do that. Add a proposal. And let's say this one's going to the annual fund. And the name, oh, I hate these little keyboards. Let me see if I can use the voice to text features if that'll work. 2016 Major Giving Fund. Great. Okay. And some other information about deadlines, maybe the amount we want to ask him for. He's kind of new, so let's plan on $1,000 maybe. We'll say, Chris is a new giver, new major donor for us. And for planning factors, should I go something a little bit lower than that, Christy? What do you think?
No, I think that's perfect.
Okay. We'll plan on a $1,000 gift for him. And let's see the other information here. I can put some campaign information in, some fund information, and save it. Well, that's fantastic. Great work. I think this is going to really help us immensely, driving growth in our major giving program. Well, that was really great, Christy. I'm so happy you showed me that. Clearly, I've got all the information I need to know about Chris, and we can kind of, get him engaged, and let's start building that friendship. Well, hey, I don't know about you, but my day is kind of going to be really hectic. I just got a call from the board chair and the executive committee chair, and they'd like to meet later this week to review kind of where we're at in the annual campaign versus where we were at last year at this time. So I know we got to do this a couple of times each year, but if you could check with our director of finance, probably you and her and myself, we all need to lock ourselves in the conference room and bust out those spreadsheets, kind of figure out where we're at, on our glide path to making sure we achieve our revenue goals. So if you could reach out to her, that'd be fantastic, and we can all get that done today.
Actually, the Razor's Edge NXT has another great feature where it actually allows us as development leaders to manage the execution and the progress of our fundraising programs.
Oh, can we see that now?
We absolutely can.
All right, let's take a look.
So Matt, as I mentioned, Razor's Edge NXT has the ability for us as development leaders to track the progress and overall results of our organization. So why don't you go to the top and hit the Analyze section?
Okay.
Now this section is really wonderful because it does give us snapshots into different progress of our organization over time. You can see that there's the ability to look at our top campaigns, funds and appeals, as well as different life cycles of our donors, and much more.
So this chart over here is telling me that we've got donors by type, how many acquired, how many lapsed, how many we've retained over the year. That's going to be super helpful for campaign planning. And then what's this information over here on proposals?
So this is tracking our proposals and the amount of proposals that are in specific stages. So you can see we've got a number of proposals in the discovery stage, but you can also see the progress that we've made with those proposals over time.
Top funds, analysis of sort of donor life cycle over time, our most effective appeals, what sort of actions are due. Hey, this is going to be super helpful. I know it won't be everything that we need, but this is absolutely going to save us a ton of time this afternoon in getting ready for that executive committee meeting. Wow, Chrissy, great work on getting Razor's Edge NXT. Hey, I think you deserve a raise.
I look forward to it.
All right, thank you.